One of the most common questions people ask us here at the Dubai Navigator is whether you should buy off-plan or ready property when investing in Dubai's real estate market. In reality, both options have their advantages and drawbacks. In this video, we are going to cover them all. As we covered in a previous video here on our channel, Dubai is unique in that more than 50% of property sales are off-plan. No other world city has such a high share of off-plan sales. When you buy off-plan, you will pay a down payment usually ranging between 5 and 20% before construction starts, and then pay additional installments as construction progresses. The most generous payment plans, usually offered by smaller developers, offer payment dates well after completion. Such post-handover payment plans allow you to partially cover property payments with future rental income. With ready properties, on the other hand, you will have to pay the full purchase price upfront to the seller. The only way around this is to secure a mortgage with your bank in advance. However, if you're not a UAE resident and don't have a credit score here, getting a mortgage will be tough, as we covered in another video on UAE mortgages. Similarly, due to the abundance of cash buyers in Dubai's property market, many sellers outright refuse to deal with mortgage buyers due to the additional hassle and time required. So what are the pros and cons of off-plan and ready investments? Starting with the most obvious, off-plan investments allow you to effectively get interest-free financing without going through the complicated mortgage approval process. And financing provides you with a leverage effect. Let's assume you pay down 200,000 dirhams on a 1 million dirham property. If the property's value increases by 5% to 1,050,000 dirham, you made a gain of 50,000 on your 200,000 in equity, or a gain of 25%. This leverage effect becomes less the more installments you pay. And of course, leverage works both ways, so if property prices were to decline, you'll be hit harder. The next major advantage of off-plan investments is the opportunity for you to secure a unique unit in a building. Every building or community has attractive and less attractive units. The most attractive units, for example, are apartments with great views, or villas right next to a park. Those properties will be snapped up quickly and are rarely resold. If buying off-plan and being among the first people to invest in a new project, you have better chances of securing a more attractive unit. The third major advantage of off-plan investments is the ability to invest in a new upcoming neighborhood early on. For example, in downtown Dubai, the first apartments in a building complex called The Residences were completed before Dubai Mall and Burj Khalifa nearby. As a result, early investors were able to benefit from lower property prices. The Dubai Navigator is the only 100% independent real estate consultancy in Dubai. We don't work with developers or real estate agents and never earn commissions. Instead, we use advanced data to predict future rental yields and appreciation returns for every neighborhood, building and unit type in Dubai. Book a free consultation with us today via our website thedubainavigator.com to find out how our independent research and analysis can help you identify properties with the highest total return and save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. Of course, there are also major drawbacks to off-plan investments. As we discussed in another video, off-plan properties tend to have higher prices than nearby ready properties. These higher prices are a result of a number of factors and vary from project to project. In Jumeirah Lakes Towers, for example, recent off-plan properties are more expensive than nearby ready properties because of branding deals in the case of the Aston Martin residences by Daniel Properties, as well as the use of premium finishes in the case of Sopa's Verde Tower. Properties launched over the last 2 years are primarily targeting the luxury segment, while buildings built many years ago are more moderate. However, off-plan properties are also more expensive due to higher marketing costs. Developers pay significant amounts to advertise their latest launches around the world. Real estate agents earn commissions from developers of 5% or more, but only make 2% commissions from ready sales. As off-plan properties are heavily advertised to foreign buyers, they usually fetch higher prices. Ready properties are primarily sold in the local market and thus exposed to less demand. When you are investing in off-plan real estate, you always run the risk that the handover of your unit is delayed. Even the biggest developers such as Zima, Sopa and Demarc are regularly delaying handovers by multiple years. In addition to delays, you don't know how the quality and finishes of a building will turn out. For these reasons, we keep track of every major property developer in terms of on-time delivery, building quality and standard of finishes. Visit us at thedubaiNavigator.com for details on our 100% independent real estate advisory services. The last big downside of off-plan properties is the fact that you can't earn any rental return until many years later. Even if you have a post-handover payment plan, the rent you can charge is rarely enough to pay for any outstanding installments. As a result, the investment is cash flow negative until you sell or pay down all installments and start renting out. Here at the Dubai Navigator, we develop legal strategies that allow you to relocate your residence and business to the UAE, make tax-optimized investments in properties and stocks, and draft safe international estate plans to protect your global assets. Visit our website thedubainavigator.com to access free articles on tax and investment issues in Dubai and the UAE. Thank you for watching.